Welcome to the Forward Podcast. I'm your host, Thomas Shepard, and this evening we're going to talk about why Kari complains so much.
I would rebuttal, but I have no defense.
No, absolutely. Actually, I would love, what if we had a scale? Who complained the most throughout one day?
Oh my goodness.
Who do you think would win?
You would win, no doubt.
Win is
I don't know
you
that.
complain more, or is winning like...
No, I think I complain more than you.
You think so?
Yeah, but it's not my fault. You're just a naturally hyper positive person.
Oh.
You are.
Is that bad, or are you saying that like...
How can that be bad?
Well,
you might live a little outside reality.
Yeah, I was just saying, because most people who you talk about like that, they've lost touch with reality.
You are
I still have some of my mind left, but lost all of it.
No, you're very positive in a good way. I do think sometimes in our early marriage, it was maybe even just a way to not face reality sometimes. It was it's going to be okay. And I was like, no, but what if it's not? We need to plan, Right. And so sometimes, but now that was early on. I think you are very balanced now.
Well, that's good.
And I don't think I'm really a complainer, but I go through I might go through a space in a week where one day I let it build up. And then one day I'm just this house and these kids and and I might have a day where I just kind of I'm done. I'm done. And I might have some words on that day.
No, you have some words on.
I do.
This is a family show, so we're going to keep it.
We'll cut that out.
We are going to talk about the cost of complaining.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, Kari. So I think dudes want to know this. Men want to know this. When a man complains to his wife, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Let me separate. Do you feel like a man can complain too much where it's okay, cowboy up, dude, get it together? And or does a woman want to hear that? Oh, well, he never tells me about his day, so I love that he's telling me this.
That's such a good question.
Well, both of them have, these are Hallmark movies, so I want to know which one which one do women? What do you kind of feel? Is there a breaking point? Is there?
I don't think women like to hear a man complain chronically. For sure, no.
Okay.
Especially if he's eating a baby, especially if it's about something stupid. Now, if you've got a tough job, either mentally or physically, and you come home and you give a little oh, I want some sympathy from my girl, and you're
That's what I think most guys do.
Yeah, women like a little bit of that. We want to be oh, my baby, a little bit.
Right.
But if that's it. After that,
a little bit.
Okay, stop. Because especially if you have little kids and the wife is working and taking care of the kids, or she's a stay-at-home mom and she doesn't get out much. There's really no situation unless you have a lot of money and you have a nanny to help you.
Yeah.
As a mom of littles, you don't want anyone else in your house complaining. The kids are taking up all of that ratio. Yeah, so stop complaining.
There's not a lot of margin to give towards another
we don't care.
Kid. Yeah.
Pick up a dish rag and wipe off the table. We don't care. Stop complaining. But at the same time, men that never share how they feel, there definitely needs to be a balance. But I think it's all about the frequency and then the way you share.
Yeah.
If you're out on a walk together, or you have a few minutes alone and she's relaxed and the kids are in bed and you're man, my boss is a jerk, or this or that. She doesn't mind a little drama. Yeah, what's going on? Give it to me. But just coming home and being a baby when you have babies around, there is no room for that. We don't like it.
It is funny how, number one, I think everybody loves office drama.
As long as it's not mine.
Yeah, if you're not in
I want to hear yours.
It's what did she say?
I love it.
Do you think they're thinking
I love it.
I don't think anybody's I don't like that. I mean, there's a whole show called The Office, and it's about drama, and everybody. I think most people like that. But for all the guys who listen to the podcast, you've heard it now from a woman who is, although you might be saying this, in her 40s, who's been married for 20 years, who's
Mhm.
like, there is a breaking point, guys, that we have to think about.
Yeah.
You've heard it, so here it is. Here's your warning. There is a meter,
Yeah.
and if you break past a pretty small amount, you're now in that you don't, like, you got to man up, like, you
Yeah.
have to stop. And I see it. The reason I see this is because I know it with you.
Yeah.
I can tell that you're either you're already annoyed, or you don't have margin, or you literally want to look at me and just say, grow up. Like,
You
just
can
grow
tell,
up.
really?
Like, oh, absolutely.
My face
That's why I'm
betrays me.
like,
This is a shock.
fine, I'll go call mom.
And I know when you're on a long drive and you don't call me, I know you're talking to your mom.
Mom,
And
you
you're
don't believe
telling her.
my wife.
And I don't blame you.
I just
really
complain about
don't.
you.
Is that why
No.
your mom has stopped calling me?
No.
She's like, that little.
I did Marco. Mom, if you're listening to this, I did Marco there. I'm like, Mom, you do remember us, right? Like,
I know.
they've been busy.
She's
Everybody's
busy. I don't.
Yeah, it's
She
been crazy.
gets. Yeah. She.
Let's not complain about moms right now.
No,
There's a lot
I
of
don't
other
blame your
things.
mom. She is so busy, and she has so many people in her family. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I have 8 kids.
How she keeps up with everybody is insane.
The coolest thing about moms are, at that age, your mom is the same. They're very good listeners.
They
really, they're good prayer warriors. They're great listeners. Like, you can call, and my mom has 8 kids, and she'll just sit there and
She acts like
listen
you're the only one.
Yeah, she really does. And your
But-
mom does the same.
Saying that,
Uh-oh.
nobody likes some drama more than our mamas.
They do.
Nobody. That's
Yeah.
why they're good listeners. They're
Yeah.
like, what's going on?
Oh,
They
man.
love it. They love to hear about our kids and our spouses and
Oh,
our
they do.
ministries and our
Lanny
businesses.
Clayton,
They
man,
love
let me
them
tell
some
you,
drama.
she is. What, girls? What's going on? What happened?
But can you imagine having a house full of kids and then all of a sudden they're all gone?
Oh, my word.
And you used to know way more than you ever wanted to know about their day because they just tell you every little detail. But and then all of a sudden you don't know any, like, what did they do today?
Right.
That's so hard for me to imagine our kids and I don't know what they do every day.
Right.
It's so weird. So I don't blame them for calling and just wanting to know details. I get it. I mean, I can imagine. I don't get it, but I can imagine. So
Hey, I'm going to ask you another question.
Yeah.
So we our notes are here, so
we got to
it
get
here
to
in a
them.
minute. We'll get to it in a minute, but let me ask you this. So you've kind of, you led into, hey, here's how you feel about a man complaining. What about kids? How much can you let a kid complain, and how often, and what is that meter? Obviously, it's going to be a lot bigger because they're a child. You know, their wisdom, knowledge is not there. But where is that in a kid in your mind raising our 5 kids? I don't feel like our kids are mega complainers. You definitely, by far, have much more of a listening ear than I do. I shut them down.
That's my job.
I shut them down a lot faster. Maybe my patience is not there, or maybe it's a man-woman thing. So from a motherly heart, what's your opinion there with the kid? How much do you let them complain? How much do you listen? And then how much do you just write off, like, okay, you have to stop. Like, you've got to grow up too.
I actually like my kids complaining more often than not when they're little. And I'll tell you why. It shows me where their psychology is developing or not developing. It helps me to see what bothers them. How much does it take to set them off? I listen because I'm not listening because I care about the thing, because I definitely don't. But I'm listening to how are they reasoning? What are they irritated about? What registers in their mind as a problem, and how are they handling it?
Yeah.
And that is very, what they complain about and how often, all of those things, I'm sitting there like a computer would, and I'm dissecting and I'm learning them.
Yeah,
I'm not listening because I care. I'm listening because I care about their development. And so that gives me a ton of information to go off from. Okay, they're petty. They're petty.
Yeah.
Everything sets them off. They can't handle anything negative. They can't handle teasing. For instance, we have a kid that is just so sensitive. And I started really dissecting, and I let her go for a while. Like anything she got upset about, I didn't correct her or jump in and defend the kid that was, quote unquote, tormenting her. I just listened when they would interact for a couple weeks, and it was hard because I wanted to jump in. And then after a while, I figured out, because I just stopped interjecting and listening to really try to figure her out, I figured me out. And it was me. Every time she was getting pushed around by her siblings, I was jumping in. Well, what that taught her was she should be sensitive. That everything they said was not okay.
Interesting.
And so she kept getting more and more sensitive, because that means mom's coming to her rescue, and she looks, and then she can be on the high horse, and then her siblings are wrong. And I was like, oh, I've created that victim mentality in her. So I stopped. I just let them go at it. And it wasn't anything extreme, obviously.
Right, sure.
But the little push arounds, like you're this, you're that, the little verbal spars, the little sibling, stuff. I just stayed out of it. And it was really hard. But I did learn, like, by her complaining, she said this, she said that, I started oversensitizing her to drama, and she became so annoying. Like, everything was a problem. And I got so tired of her. I'm like, stop telling her everything. But then I realized, like, I made her that way.
Yeah.
Because I was
That's
worried.
So good, Karen.
I was worried, and I didn't want her to have a low self-esteem, but I almost gave her one.
Right.
So now I'm just like, you're on your own. And you know what? They've gotten closer. She's tougher. She has a higher self-esteem. In fact, she's one that, like, she has said many times, I would like to talk about identity. And I would like to talk about that with other kids. And could I be on your podcast? I want to talk about just, like, finding who you are. And I'm like, really? You?
Yeah. And maybe a couple more years.
But I think it really did have an effect that I just kind of stepped back and was like, whatever, I'm not feeding this insecurity and this, sensitivity anymore. So all of that to say, sometimes you need to hear people complain and find out where their heart is. That gives me a lot of information to fix it. So if your kid's complaining all the time, start learning why and figure it out and go from there.
That's the cool side that I think you bring to the podcast, in that with that motherly side, it's digging out more of who they are and or who they're becoming. This is not all dads, so guys don't listen to this like, he lumps us in. I feel like most of the men that I hang around and or would be close friends, confidants, or mentors, we are not that way.
Yeah.
It's like, my kid's a brat. They're always complaining about, and it's like, get up and dust yourself off. We don't think down the road. We don't think, is there a deeper issue? It's just like, the teacher's right, you're wrong. We never look into, well, what is the issue here? Why are we having difficulties with a teacher, and or I'm an outcast, or they called me fill in the blank. And I love that the moms kind of bring that side in. It's vitally important.
There's such a balance there. You don't ever want to give a kid, like, no one ever heard me, and I was trying to tell you I was being bullied or this, and no one ever you want to hear a kid's heart. But there comes a time when you don't want to cripple them.
Right.
So it is a good balance. It's a good, and that's a beautiful thing about God's design in a home, is that I just talked to my sister tonight, and she said, my husband had to speak to one of our children and say, like, don't talk about people. Like, that might have made you mad, but that you don't get in the van and tell the whole family that. If you need to talk to mom, you do it privately. And I was like, that's good parenting, because that's teaching a kid from a young age, like, what you say about people in front of a whole family matters, but you still have a safe space to go bounce that off a parent. Like, should I be mad at this person? I just thought that was awesome parenting. It fits so well in this.
It does.
Your kid's allowed to complain. They're allowed, because you really need to see their development. But at the same time, teach them through it. Teach them through it.
And I do believe there is a balance that you have to find, in that you want a kid to be able to come to you.
Yes.
And if you always shut them down, which I'm great at, they stop coming to you. But then again, the balance is not feeding into that anxiety, feeding into that fear, feeding into, they did what they said. I'm calling them right now. And then they know, oh my word, I get a get out of jail free card every time I go to mom or to dad, because they take my side or my place, because that's where I feel like complaining gets out of control.
Yeah.
God never told us not to come to him, never ask questions. He wants us to come to him. He wants us to ask, why did this happen? Why is this taking place? God,
Yeah.
how long, the psalmist said so often, how long do I have to be here?
Yeah.
It might not have been the psalmist like complaining, thanks a lot, God. There
Yeah.
were those moments that the prophet did. The complaining spirit is there
Yeah.
and it's wrong. But I do love that our Abba Father does listen to us.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't cut us off. Like,
Mm.
that's not my plan for your life, so don't ask. No,
Yeah.
he wants us to come to him.
Mm-hmm.
And we want the same for our kids, or
Yeah.
the same for people who we're trying to reach, a next generation,
Mm-hmm.
or people in our church. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you have to have that balance, because
Yeah.
I do not like any kid. I'm not saying I don't like kids. I don't like kids that are they're just babies. They're
Yeah.
whiners. Like,
Yeah.
you're 9, 10 years old. Stop acting like you're 4.
Yeah.
It hurts. They did this. It gets old
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
And in the life of a parent and or adult, it could be the same as
Yeah.
well.
Well, let me ask you. I know I'm pretty safe to assume that men hate complaining from their wives, and that it's, for the most part, nails on a chalkboard.
Okay, so let me address this for a minute.
Yeah.
From a guy's perspective, it's not so much complaining, and
Mhm.
people they're going to crucify me for saying this, but
I can't wait.
There is a difference between complaining or a legit complaint and nagging.
Okay.
There is a difference.
Yeah.
Men don't mind a woman coming to complain about something that they can fix, the
Yeah.
husband.
Okay.
We love to be the hero.
Yeah.
We love, like, oh my word, you fixed that cabinet, babe. That was awesome. Like, they
Oh my
love
gosh,
that.
did
We
you
love that.
say that because
Yes.
I didn't compliment you
It's
fixing
okay.
the bathroom cabinet?
I'll complain about it later.
I
It is
didn't say
true.
thank
Like,
you.
we do, like, we're warriors.
Yeah.
So yes, we like our woman to hold our arm and our muscle, and you fix that, and I complained and you did
Yeah.
it, and you called customer service and you fixed the toilet, and you called that order in. A complaint to a husband's not bad. It's the nagging
Mm.
that it grates on a man,
Yeah.
because a man is a fixer.
Mm-hmm.
And nagging you can't fix.
Mhm.
So if a woman has just a spirit of nothing can ever be right, a
Yes.
man cannot tolerate that.
Well said.
So I live in a TikTok, Instagram world, so everything's perfect.
Mhm.
Well, husband's not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And he might not be able to give that woman that car, or that vacation, or
Yeah.
that real diamond, or that whatever. And so this woman develops this complaining spirit that has spawned from a spirit of comparison.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do that, the man automatically starts turning his spouse off mentally, because he can't handle that.
Yeah, there's
A
no
man
solution.
has to be able to fix. We
Yeah.
talked about before the psychology on this podcast, behind me cleaning all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So why do I clean?
Because you see the results.
There's results.
Mm-hmm.
I can start to finish, and I see the results, and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Complaints are the same.
Yeah.
Honey, I have a legit, I cannot do this. Like, the car's making, hey, okay, baby, I got this.
Yeah.
Fix it. Then comes the compliment.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, this is the realm we live in. This is, we like this. It is that nagging of, why can't we be in that neighborhood? Did you see, it's Keeping Up with the Jones. They happen to be our next door neighbor. But did you see what the Jones got? Did you see?
Yeah.
And it's that nagging spirit of nothing's ever right.
Yeah.
Oh, we went on vacation, but we didn't get this hotel, or this was bad.
Yeah.
Or, fine, next time we'll. Well, the man draws such negativity from that spirit. We've seen it in how many hours of counseling on
It just
this
shuts
subject.
you down.
Guys can't take it.
Yeah.
They can't. I cannot live in that world.
So answer this question. If a woman, if she's got a husband that doesn't really participate in the day-to-day, beyond working and providing for the family, which is, great,
Right.
but she's working too. Say,
Awesome.
let's give this example.
Sure.
2 working parents, they've got kids, but the husband comes home, kicks off his shoes, he's on the couch the rest of the night. He's not helping clean up. He's not, putting the kids to bed. He's not doing those day-to-day things that are joint life chores every day.
Yeah.
They never go away, things like that. And so she's nagging. But then that causes him to resent her,
Sure.
shut down. There's no joy. There's no camaraderie. There's no team spirit. She's a nag. He's a lazy.
Right.
How can she change her mode of interaction with him to motivate him to get up and do something that would make sense to a male brain? Because we can think of many ways as women that should work until they don't.
Right.
So what's a way, and not to put it all on the woman, but we could do the same thing with a man that has, a wife that's just a chronically unhappy complainer, and there nothing ever is like. What do you do to help your spouse to motivate them and to kind of speak their language? Is I guess what I'm getting at.
So I would say, first of all, husbands do need to help. It is. We live in a world in 2025. We're not in the 1940s anymore. Women stay at home. They keep the kids. Like, perfect world, yeah, sure, that'd be wonderful. But we live in a post-Christian America that is very difficult for the man to bring home and to live within your means. So now we live in a world where both sets have to start giving in.
Yeah.
It's not, well, my dad never, and this is a true story for the Shepherd family, my dad never vacuumed. My dad never cleaned. My dad never did laundry, ever. I love that. That's awesome. My parents were able to have that model of home.
Sure.
But we can't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, not being in ministry, like you have an income and we depend on it. But I think it would be very unfair for me to be like, hey, Kari, you go to work all day, help with the bills. But when I come home, I'm not helping with anything.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually just very lazy.
Yeah.
You're kind of a jerk. Like you're kind of, it's a strong language, I know, for this podcast, but that's
all
very
the women are
cool-spirited.
clapping right now.
It's just, you're very, you need to man up, grab a broom, help out, not just mow the lawn, like dishes, putting kids to bed, like it's both sides giving. But for the woman who's like, yeah, my husband's never going to do that, it is never a great thing to come in and your husband's playing Xbox. You've been cleaning, doing all the dishes, you're slamming cabinets, like you're slamming doors. He knows what you're doing, and his defense mechanism's up. So as soon as you come in there, stand in front of the TV and he's playing a game, which again, dudes grow up, he is going to be in he's rehearsed while you've been working 40 different things he's gonna say back. And the woman's not quick enough. Yeah, she's not gonna be fast enough, unless you're Tesla and Shepherd, to be able to fight back.
Yeah.
And so it's just an argument. So my advice, don't argue in that moment. Wait until you're out to eat. Can I talk to you about something? Wait until, both are in an intimate type of scenario where it's guards are down. It's very lovey. It's, hey, can we talk about something? And a man's going to listen.
Yeah.
Because his guard's down, his defense mechanism's not up, and he gets to be the warrior.
Yeah.
He gets to be the fighter. Babe, I need your help. I'm about to have a mental breakdown. And it's
here's how you can fix it.
Yeah, but don't come in accusatorily. It's not you're lazy, you don't do this. Men don't want a mom. They don't want a mom. So wait for the moment. Yeah. And then communicate. Talk about it.
I mean, just a good old fashioned, we can have a lot more time for lovey-dovey stuff if you help me in the kitchen.
I mean,
how much time would you like? You can set it.
I mean, but that's men.
I'm
you're
sort
right,
of joking
Kara.
and sort of not joking.
There's no doubt. There's no
like,
doubt.
if you want me to be joking, sure, I'm joking. But in reality,
I think it's communication. It's the right time. It is absolutely, men and women both love what they love.
Yeah.
And so find those moments, but don't holding something over somebody's head or just being a husband and wife that, once again, we're ready to battle against each other is not going to help anybody.
Yeah.
And here's what I do. we're going to have to put a pause on this because
Yes.
we've gone, and to jump into this could be another 30 minutes. So why don't we just do a part 2? You want to do that?
Yeah,
Karen?
let's
That'd
do a
be
part 2.
Great.
Yeah.
Hey, hope you've enjoyed this. This kind of opened up a conversation we're going to have about the cost of complaining.
Yes.
And we started some good questions, Karen.
I know.
Thanks
that was
for helping
really good.
us.
I think that's very real.
That
Very
helps
real.
me for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, hey, tune in next week. It's going to be great. If you have not followed us yet, make sure you follow us. That way, when this posts, wherever you pick up your podcast, you'll get a notification. Tune in next week. We'll continue the conversation, the cost of complaining.
Thanks for listening.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.
Atta girl.
I forgot it. I started to think, what do I say?